It's no secret that modifying a 4B can be a very expensive exercise, especially if it's a 79. Now, after you buy the car, it doesn't have to be super expensive, but if you do it wrong, it could end up being even more expensive than you set out to be. So in this episode, what we want to do is break down what we did to modify this four-wheel drive to a budget and show you what you should DIY and what you definitely shouldn't DIY so that you spend your hard-earned money correctly and modify your four-wheel drive to your budget. So if you're just starting out four-wheel driving or you're just doing your first build, we're going to show you the easy steps to do yourself that will help you out in the tracks, the marketplace bargains you can get, and some stuff that you absolutely have to leave to the professionals and get it done once and cry once. So look, you can save money, thousands of dollars, before you even start modifying your car by going to the likes of Facebook Marketplace. Now, we have spent so much time, Andy and I, trawling through Facebook Marketplace. Think of the castle, if anybody's ever seen that, with the jousting sticks.
Dad, $4.50.
For jousting sticks? Tell him he's dreaming.
Andy and I, every night at the dinner table, will be sending each other stuff. What do you think of this? So much of our cars have come from Marketplace that we have repurposed. People buy awnings, swags, tires, wheels, rooftop tents, all these things, and they use them maybe once or twice and they realize they're not fit for purpose for what they bought them for, and they go to Marketplace and they sell them. So as long as you find out why they're being sold, they're not being sold because they're broken or there's a genuine reason for sale, you will find yourself a bargain nearly every day of the week, because there's so many people that like the idea of camping and then all of a sudden don't. Do your due diligence, but Facebook Marketplace is a great place to start to save money. Just to give you an example of some of the things we've got off Facebook Marketplace, that light bar, that steady light bar, that's off Marketplace. My bull bar is off Marketplace. That was a brand new bull bar sold by ARB that was made for, I don't know if it was an Energex or something car, and they couldn't sell them anymore. I got that for a steal. These MSA mirrors off Facebook Marketplace. My roof console off Facebook Marketplace. The wheels, not the tires, I bought the tires new, but the wheels are off Facebook Marketplace. Andy's bull bar and his scrub rails are both off Facebook Marketplace, two different purchases. It's just where you want to go. And then you get the fun of, like Andy's bull bar, for example, it was a silver one when we bought it. He bought it off Marketplace from a wreckers in Brisbane. It was in a car that had been on fire and it was all flame burnt. So we ended up sanding it right back to the bare metal, primed it, etched it, and then put the coating over the top of it in white to match his car. We got it color matched and it looks brand new and schmick off Facebook Marketplace. All right, depending on your ability and your skill level, how much you back yourself, you can do a lot of stuff yourself that you don't really think that you can. There's a lot of stuff in this industry that comes with an instruction manual, and they're actually not that hard once you get through the initial, oh my goodness, this is far too hard for me. It's probably not going to be. Things like these mirrors, these are 4 bolts and a couple of wires. They're not too tricky to fit if you take your time and read the instructions properly. That overhead roof console, that was really easy to fit. Things like the XRS, the GME 2A radio, that's probably something you can fit yourself. Spotties, light bars, roof racks, a lot of these things you can fit yourself if you take your time, or you maybe have a mate that has a bit of nous about him or her and knows what they're doing.
Let's push it that way. Hang on, you're on the column now, you.
Huh?
Fuck yeah, you f***ing stupid thing. I hate the thing.
Wait, we're on there, we're on. Well done, Jeremy.
Does my box in this
Are you
piece.
recording?
I like losing my temper with inanimate objects. It makes me feel better.
Absolutely do that. Another thing that I would say to you, and we did this in a previous episode, we recently got a 3D printer, and that's saving us money too, because the spotties that I put on the front, the Hyperions from Hardcore, I needed to fabricate some new brackets just because of the bull bar I had, and I was able to design those and print those on the 3D printer. Cost me about $5. So there's lots of ways you can save money without going straight to the professionals and getting everything fitted, because they're going to charge you labor, as they should, because they're trying to run a business too. All right, one of the biggest things when you're building a car for touring or for camping is 12 volt. Now, 12 volt can seem quite daunting at the start, but it absolutely doesn't have to be, because a lot of these new systems come pre-wired and pre-ready to go, and you can fit a lot of them yourself. This one, for example, this is the EnerDrive, this is the Adventure. This all comes pre-wired. We didn't have to do anything. All we did was run a cable from the battery through an isolator and a fuse into here, and then all we did, connect it up to the battery and bring this Anderson cable out, and that's his fridge sorted when it goes in there. He's then just got one other cable that comes into the back section of the canopy that powers up a fuse box in here, a switch panel in here, and he's got all his lights, his fridge, he's got his oven, everything he needs is all powered up. We did all this ourselves. He built the false floor. This is off Marketplace. This is off Marketplace. That's off Marketplace. That's off me because I gave it to him because I didn't use it anymore. Everything can be bought off Marketplace and done yourself. This end of the canopy didn't cost him much at all because he bought really well on Marketplace, and he won that barbecue at the camp out we did with Campedia about 18 months ago. He won that barbecue.
We've got the Andrew Johnston.
Andrew Johnston. Oh my God. Well done, brother. Yeah, no worries, brother.
So yeah, he didn't spend a lot of money in this part of the canopy. Now let's move on to slightly harder mods you can do yourself. You can get some big labor savings here by doing the mechanical stuff yourself. I'm talking about things like suspension, the alternator, tail shaft, brakes, snorkels. All these things we've done ourselves. The caveat is you've got to know what you're doing, because if you don't, these things can seriously go bad and they could end up even in death. So look, if you do undertake doing the suspension yourself, or you do undertake doing the brakes, please go and get it checked by somebody who knows what they're doing before you take it anywhere, because it's so important that these things are done right. I would not advise anybody who doesn't know what they're doing to start doing brakes and suspension, because that's just asking for trouble. But if you do know what you're doing, or somebody you know, which is always handy, bring them around and get them to help you do it. You would have seen a couple of weeks ago, I did the tail shaft up at the Glassy. I've never done a tail shaft before, but I fixed that myself. That ended up being a really easy fix, but nonetheless, one I didn't know how to do. That saved me money. And the other thing about doing all this yourself or with a mate is you'll work out how your car works. So if you do break down out in the bush or at the beach, you've got half a chance of knowing what's gone wrong, and maybe you've got the tools or the know-how to try and MacGyver it to get you back to the next town. It's all up in here. Things that I personally would not dream of tackling myself is anything to do with the clutch, the gearbox, the engine, the differentials, anything like that. I'm way out of my depth, and it's not something I would tackle. I did try to put a heavy duty clutch in this. I thought I could do it myself. Luckily, Ben from Explorer Oz said he would come and give us a hand. I'm thinking, yeah, how hard's it gonna be? We take that. Oh, I was so wrong. The clutch in this, at one point, half of my car was sitting over the garage. I didn't know if it was ever going to go back together again. If Ben wasn't there, this car would still be in 100 bits in Jetto's shed, because honestly, it was above my pay grade. Don't do something you just know you can't do, because it's going to cost you so much more money to take that clutch that was in 100 pieces back to the mechanics on a tow truck to get them to fix it. No go. It would be an ideal world if we could modify everything on our car ourselves, buy everything just slightly used off Marketplace, and save thousands and thousands of dollars and have the car of our dreams for next to nothing money-wise, but that's never going to happen. Pick your battles. Do those things that you can do yourself. Go to Marketplace, find the bargains that you know are good bargains and not something that's going to damage your car. If you do break something, I'll tell you about the drive shaft again, the tail shaft. It was bent, I bought a new one, I put it on. The old one is being sent off to the repair transmission place over near Archerfield, and they're gonna fix my old tail shaft. I'm gonna strap it up under the tray and keep it. So if this happens again, I've got a spare. The alternator that I took out when I put the heavy duty alternator in, it's in the cupboard behind me. It comes on long trips, so if the alternator fails, we've got a new one and I know how to change it. But stuff that you need to get signed off, electrical stuff or alignment stuff or engine stuff or anything that's really important, I don't do myself, because it's too much of a risk for me and for the people traveling with me. You can still save a lot of money by doing the ordinary stuff yourself and leaving the complicated stuff to the professionals who will do a way better job than you will. If I had to try and add up everything I've saved by buying, well, the Bull Bar, for example, I think it was 800 bucks or 900 bucks. New, they're 3.5 grand. The wheels probably saved a few hundred there. The mirrors probably saved a few hundred. I would imagine labor and parts that I've saved just on this car over the years, it's probably 10, 15, I don't know, maybe 20,000 at the upper end of that I have saved, which in anybody's book's a lot of money. So it is worthwhile just pouring over Marketplace, making offers, making sure you're buying the right stuff, learning on YouTube how to do stuff, or talking to somebody who knows, asking them how to do it, and doing stuff yourself that you can, because there is a lot of money to be saved. Anyway, throw a comment below. I'd love to hear what you've tackled that's gone wrong, or what you've tackled that you thought you couldn't and that's gone right. In the meantime, please do remember to subscribe, and we'll definitely see you in the next one.